Hey, welcome to your Aries horoscopes for the week of the 17th through the 23rd. Basically ending right before Christmas. Lots of stuff going on this week because we are full on into that Mercury retrograde this week. It's also solstice week as the sun leaves Sagittarius. Sagittarius season is over. Capricorn season begins. Winter begins unless you're in the southern hemisphere, in which case summer begins. Lots of stuff happening this week. And of course, we have to have the moon coming into Aries in the middle of all of it, right? And not necessarily in a pleasant way at first, because as the moon does come into Aries about Wednesday, it does come in a square with the sun, Mercury, and Mars all at the same time. And it really just kind of is going to feel like you're trucking along, and then something just comes and knocks your feet right out of you. And all of a sudden, you're laying on your back on the ground and you're like, what the F just happened? Right. Life is full of those little moments, and it's really frustrating when they do happen. But in my experience, also, I feel that a lot of times they happen for a reason. Like I'm just not seeing something, whether it's because I'm refusing to see it, whether it's because I'm not paying attention. There's like a million reasons why that happens. And so the universe kind of has to come in and sort of kick our feet out from underneath us to make us listen. I've actually even been in multiple situations where I was hit in the head, be it me hitting myself in the head or somebody accidentally hitting me in the head or something hitting me in the head, in some cases excessively. I mean, just really, really, really crazy stuff in order to get my attention, because that's how hard they have to work sometimes to get my attention. And it really does depend on whether we're open to paying attention or not. So, in the times where we're not, they do have to work a little bit harder. The moon's square with Mars and the sun and Mercury is a bit of a challenge because the moon really comes in focused on you, and it's really putting the pressure on you in terms of what your long-term career goals are. So you may possibly be in one of those sort of situations where you've been thinking about maybe you need to make a change, but at the same time, you really don't want to. So you're just going to kind of see what happens. Maybe the problem will just fix itself and you don't have to make a change. This is really going to blow that up and make it really, really, really apparent that you do need to make some of those changes. And I feel like that's why this challenge is coming up, because a lot of times we all resist change. I think it's human nature as a rule to resist change, even for Aries. And yet at the same time, um, being resistant of change doesn't help us grow and move on from the different situations and the different lessons that we're learning. So ultimately we wind up getting forced into that change a little bit. Now, as we move into Thursday, the moon moves into a much more helpful place, not quite so drastic. And specifically, the moon moves into a trine with Mars. Now, we were in a square, a very big challenge with Mars yesterday, and here Mars is helping us out, which is nice because Mars is your ruling planet after all. And that extra bump of energy towards your goals, it's almost like the challenge had to happen in order for you to really just say, okay, enough is enough. This is what I need to focus my energy on in order to be successful. As we round out the moon's time in Aries, the moon continues to be in that trine with Mars, but is now also in a trine with the sun and Mercury. All three planets were creating a challenge at the beginning of the moon's journey, and now we're all working together. So this really is a very cut and dry example of why challenges are so important. Yes, they're so incredibly annoying when it happens. We don't want to, we resist it, we sit there and go, why is it happening to me? Why can't I just have things are easy for me, because that's not how life is. No matter how many times we ask that question, is we always get the exact same answer. Life is not supposed to be easy, and if you don't learn from your mistakes, it becomes even more difficult, challenging, and complicated. And the moon, we can always call upon the moon to remind us of that. Outside of the moon's time in your sign, it really is all about you. And so this really is actually a perfect time for the moon to come in and just sort of, shine a light where you guys are doing great and you're rocking it, and also shine that light on where you can improve. I think another big thing with human nature is we don't want to see where we can improve. We want to focus on how perfect we are, and because we're perfect, we don't need to improve things. And unfortunately, you're shooting yourself in the foot by doing that, because it really is a form of dishonoring yourself when you think about it. So with all of that being said, that is what I have for you guys this week. Actually, it's a pretty um lots of stuff going on when it's been pretty quiet for the last few weeks. So we all need something to come in and shake us up. And I think Aries in particular get really bored when that doesn't happen anyway. So that's why we can always call upon the moon to make sure that we shake things up, at least once a month when there's nothing else to shake things up. So that's what I have for you guys this week. If you love your horoscopes, do consider sending a tip or donation through my coffee link, which is down there in the description of this video. Also in the description of this video is a coupon code for 25% off of an hour reading all month long. You guys still have a couple of more weeks to claim that. All you need to do is click the link. It goes to my booking page. Use the promo code that is included with the link, and you got a 25% discounted reading. Easy peasy. I'm Melissa Bruce, the heavy metal psychic. I will see you guys next week. And in the meantime, I expect you to take that challenge, make it your you know what, and just keep on being awesome from there. It's what you guys do, right? I'll see you guys next week. You guys make it a great week.